Hey everyone, Becky from Week 99er here. So every once in a while I get a package in the mail that doesn't fit on the desk. This is actually the second box that it's in. It came in a much bigger Amazon box. So we are actually going to pull this up. It does fit up here, but we have a Simpot. So a Simpot is a pressure cooker. This one I believe is the 8-quart pressure cooker. And it has 10 functions on it. So we're going to unbox it today, and we're going to look and see what the functions on this pot is, if I can ever get my knife open. And then we are going to come back later, and I'm going to actually cook with it. And I'm going to give you a full review and let you know how this compares to the pressure pot that I have now. I don't actually have an Instant Pot. I have a Mealthy, which is a Mealthy pressure cooker. And that gets used a couple times a week because sometimes I don't want to heat up the house, especially in the summer. So we're going to check and see what this one is. I'm hoping there's an actual prettier box here. It's heavy. Okay, let's see. Oh, there is another box. So this is, okay, so shipping wise, this is shipped very well because it is a box and a box and a box. And I'm sure that this box has packaging to keep it nice and safe. So, if I can get it out of here. Here is the decorative Simpot box. There we go. Simple design, one button cooking, fast cooking, and it saves 70% time. So we're going to try this. We're going to open this up and see. There's a couple different things with this one. Hold on. Okay, so my lighting's just going to be horrible today. Sorry about that. So there's a couple different things with this one that they are promoting as innovative compared to its competitors. It does have a big 4.5-inch LED screen on the top. It has a turn dial for you to change your settings. And it does come with all of these accessories and apparently a jack who needs to help. Honey, this isn't for you. It does have an extra ring for you to seal it. I always keep the extra rings. I use one for meat, one for dessert, so you don't taste different things transferring. But, all right, buddy, you get in that box. Let me try this one, all right? I'm going to take the packaging out and take it out piece by piece for you. This thing is actually pretty big, you guys. We have caught Jack in the box. That's what happens every time I put a box on the floor. Okay, compared to the other one I have, I understand that this is a 10-quart, but this thing is monstrous. All right. And everything in the box, other than that extra ring, is packaged inside this. On the back, I'm going to show you this. This thing is pretty big, you guys. We do have the little drip collector, so we don't have to worry about your counter getting gross. We do have this 4.5-inch screen LED. Everything on here will be digitally displayed. And the top, we do have the easy lever and, you know, the pressure indicator. Inside though, they've already packed it with the liner, which I'm going to, it is stainless steel. We're going to toss it in the dishwasher and get it going so we can use it later this week and we can show you how well this thing works. Instead of a trivet and a steam basket, they actually, okay, we do have our little instruction manual. We do have, I believe, a measuring cup and, ooh, a rice spoon, and a regular serving spoon. So something I've learned over the years is rice actually you need to use a certain spoon with, which I find very interesting. Because otherwise, just mixing it, it'll make it a little gummy. I can get this unwrapped. There we go. So we have one that actually has the texture and stuff that has a little bumpies on it that you want for the rice spoon. And then we have a regular kind of one for sauces. So I use my regular like wooden spoons inside my pot so it doesn't scratch the bottom. You can always use that too. And then this is a full 160 or full cup measure. One side is milliliters, the other side is cup. But they also give you the 2 little hand guard things. Now, I have found using these in the past with their competitors. I've used them once or twice. They are easy to put on, but they're not the easiest always to grab things. The cats are gonna fight now. Sorry, guys. So these are useful. I don't know how much I will use them though. But what I had started to say is, instead of a trivet and a steam basket, this is a combined trivet and steam basket. That means you only have one tool, which could be a bad thing if you just want to use, or if you want to stack. However, this does mean that when you put this inside, you don't have to worry about it. You don't need to worry about the extra having a trivet and then putting the steam basket on top. So I will say that is a good thing. It does look like it's stainless steel. It should be. I'm going to double check all of the instructions before I throw anything in the dishwasher. Everything should be dishwasher safe. I will say, for the size of this inner liner, this has a lot of wiggle room around it. So my other one is a 6-quart. It is much smaller than this. This thing is huge. I think that this might actually fit in there too. So if I have interchangeable pieces between the two, that's kind of awesome. I don't know. I'm anticipating I'm going to be using a lot of these coming up pretty soon here, because canning season is getting here. So I'm going to be doing a lot of canning recipes inside these. It does have an instruction manual, and it does come with a recipe book. So it does get you everything you pretty much need to get started except for food. Let's see here. Washing instructions, cleaning is 19. Let's see. Stainless steel pot, gasket, steam basket are all dishwasher safe. Additionally, the measuring cup, soup ladle, and rice paddle are top rack dishwasher safe. So there you go. Right out of the box, I will tell you, I'm impressed with the size. I do not know that I can make, I mean, I'm sure I could put a huge turkey in here. I've cooked a big turkey in my 6-quart one. So I'm going to have to test this out. I'll be back and let you guys know how that goes. I'll probably do a video of it because, like I said, the front is an LCD, or LCD? LED? I think it's an LED screen. So I'm going to want to show you how that works because it has a turn dial for selecting things. So that's kind of interesting. So we'll be back with more information on that pretty soon here. So we'll see you soon. So we're going to test out the Simpot. I'm going to just make some just some chicken, seared it in there and cook it up, and then make a salad to go with it for dinner. Very simple recipe. We are going to just turn this on. We can see the LCD screen automatically lights up. We can do poultry, chicken, soup, chili and beans, porridge, cake, eggs, slow cook, rice, pressure cook, saute, steam, and yogurt. So, and once we get it on, we can delay the start even up to 6 hours. 6 hours? Or maybe that's minutes. Okay, so we're going to actually cancel that. One thing I will say is the beeping is a little annoying. So pressure, we're going to have to play with that once we get to the actual pressure stage. We can do the taste and temp, we can change the pressure, all of that right on the screen, and it's all through this. So, one of the things probably to start, one of the most important things probably would be reading the instructions, but why would we want to do that? But I am going to toss some chicken in here, and we're going to see how it does. Hold on. All right, here we go. We have some olive oil in there, and we are going to sear some chicken on each side for just a few minutes. I've just coated them in some salt and pepper and paprika, and we're just going to kind of crowd it in here. We have 6 pieces, and we're just going to try to get a good sear on each side before we throw it on pressure. So get that in there, and we're going to see how well this does, and if this is a nice and quick and easy dinner for us tonight. Okay, so we have some beautifully seared herbed chicken And all I'm gonna do is add some onions in there and put them, kind of stuff them underneath, add some water in, and then put this on pressure for about 7 minutes and see what it does. In the meantime, we got our salad prepped. So we're getting really close to dinner time. Let's see how long this actually takes. Okay, so that's it. Dinner's going. I will say one thing in general. I found out that if you don't push this in, it doesn't do anything. It turns itself off. So that is just something to note. So here we go. Let's see dinner happen. Alright guys, I've been playing with the Simpot for about a week now, and I've used it to make some of our favorite meals. I will say, if you need to get a pressure cooker, and there's just a couple of you in the house, an 8-quart one is huge. So that is nothing to do with the Simpot itself. That is something to do with me ordering and getting the much, much bigger one than I probably needed. So, one thing also with the size, keep in mind that you're going to have a place to store this, and an 8-quart one is pretty significant in size. So if you have extra counter space, great. I really don't have that much extra counter space. So I'm going to have to create a place for this to go. So that is the first note, and that again is no critique of the Simpot. I am showing you, or there are little videos right before this showing actually cooking something in here. It has 10 functions. You can make yogurt, you can make meat and roast, you can make soups, beans, a bunch of things, rice. It has a saute function and the regular pressure function and a bunch of others. One issue I have with this thing is this dial on the front. And it's not that I had an issue with choosing the different things with the dial. The issue I have is when you're using it, if you don't select and then select again, because this is a dial this way, but it's also a button. If you don't push it, it may not take your selection, and then your food's just sitting in a cold pot, and that's not going to do anybody any good or save you any time. And part of the joy of these is it saves you a crap ton of time. So, that is probably one critique I have. I will say, if you are making beef stroganoff in this, and I'll put a link to the recipe that, it's not even from my site, it's one that I use all the time. We make it once every couple of weeks. And for me, it is more, it ends up making a mess every time, but it is always so good. I'm willing to clean everything up, and I just don't care. One other critique that I have is actually on the lid. Now my lid, because it did get messy and then I washed it, so it's got some little droplet spots on there. So in here is the button that will show you the indication of pressure. So my other pressure cooker and most of the other ones, this little red button, it goes kind of similarly to old-fashioned pressure cookers like the one that I can with. This will stand up really, really tall, and you know when you've achieved pressure. Granted, the pot will beep and tell you when everything's cooking. So you don't really necessarily need that. Although once you hear the hissing, you know you're heading in the right direction. However, if it never really achieves pressure, you're not going to get the nice tender meats and everything you want. So this one, it does still rise up, but it doesn't actually come past here. So I always sit in a room and I'm kind of adjacent and I can see where the pot is at all times when I'm using it. And I like to be able to see that. I like to be able to see this red button kind of push up. So I know that I actually have pressure, because sometimes you forget to put this toggle in the right spot. This one stays below here. So you're going to have to pay attention to that. All right, that's that's my only two critiques about the pot. It cooks great. Everything we had in it has been delicious. It's easy to clean. Obviously, the top is a little harder to wash because you can't put it in the dishwasher, but everything else inside here is dishwasher safe. That's fantastic. One major plus that this one had that the other one that I reviewed did not is this really, really long cord. I can put this far somewhere on the counter and use a far plug on it, and I don't have to have it directly in one spot. I can move it down and still use the big portion of my counter. So I really appreciate that. I do like the 10 functions. The size, again, is only a problem because we don't need that big. I will say in my 6-quart one, I've made a 7-pound turkey in 40 minutes, no problem. This one you could probably do a 10, 12-pound turkey, no problem. So for the holidays, great idea. I'm going to be using this one and the other one I have together to do some canning because I might as well start taking all the pears outside and turning them into something. So if you're interested in getting a Simpot, I will put the link for it below. There will also be a QR code that you can get more information. And that's about it. So overall, I resisted getting one of these things for the longest time. And when I got one, I thought it was really stupid. Why did I resist so long? Because they're fantastic. And as hot as it is outside, or it has been this summer, we went from like freezing temperatures to ridiculous heat here. I don't want to heat up my kitchen. So I think this is fantastic. So I, again, will put the links for everything below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We will be back soon with more videos. I'll try to make a couple more recipes in one of these things just so you guys have some references. So we'll see you guys soon. Bye.